Welcome back to In the Can. Megan Leiker is here to talk about the Utah community programs that are part of the Sundance Institute. She's the administrative coordinator for that office. So thank you for coming in.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So you are busy all year long reaching out to the community, just as the title suggests.
Yes.
So tell us specifically what is going on during the festival with your team.
Sure. Right now during the festival we are doing a couple programs. We have a program we do specifically here in Park City called Filmmakers in the Classroom. We put on in association with the Park City Arts Foundation. We do screenings for high school students there. We get short filmmakers and clips from feature films, and we screen those in the morning for the students, and then they get a Q&A specifically with the director right after the screening. So it's a good way to expose them to all the films that are going on at the festival.
I bet those are some of the most fascinating Q&As.
Oh, I'm
because
sure.
Students don't hold back, right?
No, they don't. They ask the best questions.
Yeah, they do. I would really imagine that that's probably the most alive group of Q&A you could find, because you're right, they don't hold back. So how long has this been going on, specifically going into the schools?
Sure. Filmmakers in the Classroom started in 1998. So we've been doing that for a few years. And then we also have high school screenings that we do in Salt Lake and in Ogden, and those have been going on since 2000.
So you go into schools, is it targeted towards certain subject matters, or is it just the best of? How are you choosing which films to take into the classrooms?
Once the Sundance Institute programming team starts selecting the films for the festival, we start screening those for content and see which ones are appropriate for students. So we take a look and see which ones would be good topics for student classes to view, or which ones that they'll have a lot of interest in, or good actors and directors who would want to come and talk to them about what filmmaking is all about. So it's you look at a lot of things. You see who's interested in talking to the students. You look at what content is great for the students to learn from.
What a great opportunity.
Like that. Yeah.
I would have loved something like that in high school. Just that exposure to something that you normally don't, particularly Ogden, some of those, community members aren't coming here to the festival.
Right.
I mean, it's not too far away, but it's far enough away that some of those students may not have even heard of the festival.
The Ogden and Salt Lake program we invite them to come to the theater so they get that in-theater festival experience. But it is great because we invite them to come, and it's specifically for them, so there's nothing else kind of tearing away from the director or anything like that.
That's wonderful. But you're busy all year long. You've got a lot going. Tell us about those programs. There's a lot of local folks watching, and they want to know how they can
Locals.
take
well,
part.
In the past this year, a good correlation would be this year, Steve James at the festival has a film called The Interrupters. We had him out here for a film series screening that we do once a month a couple months ago for his film that he had at the festival a few years ago, Rocket Science. So we're always constantly trying to bring the directors here to interact with the community, and just our outreach and thank you to them for letting us, set up camp here for 10 days every year.
Yeah, it is a way to give back, isn't it?
It is.
So what has been some of the reaction from the community as far as with the high school students? We mentioned that, but I would assume as you talked about the community, we as locals sometimes just we feel a little stressed about the traffic and all of that kind of stuff. But you make up for it by letting us watch these films all year round. Do you have a lot of people just saying, thank you, we love this? I mean, is it a great...
I think anytime people can interact with a filmmaker, it's a good experience, so they really enjoy that. But, regardless of the response, we want people to know that we're here to help them, and or not help them, but, give them part of our program that they don't always get when they're here at the festival. Because I know when you're here at the festival, it can be overwhelming, like you said, with traffic and things like that. And the community series outside of the festival is a good way to experience that when you don't have to deal with traffic and all the craziness.
And you can just go and relax and watch a film. And what a great thing to have the directors coming all year long. That's fantastic.
If they can. We always try to get them out here, and they love it, especially with the students. When they come out year-round, we also try and connect them with the students, and just having that interaction is always usually their favorite part about coming is students with their great questions, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I can only imagine. Well, thank you so much. I've learned a lot today about my own community. I'm going to enjoy some films this year.
Come on out.
Well, thank you for coming in. We are going to be back with more In the Can. I think Jeff's chatting backstage and is very excited about Magic Trip. So we'll be back with that right after this.